Hi everyone, it's Melissa from In Charge Coaching, and today we're talking about decision-making fatigue. So I'm actually going to give you a little bit of context as to what is decision-making fatigue and give you 5 brain habits that can help you minimize it and or beat it. So the reason I'm bringing you this topic is I've been busy in the background, which is why you haven't seen me over the last few weeks, but I've been busy making big decisions, of which you will probably hear about in the coming months. But I have been experiencing decision-making fatigue. So I had to pull out those strategies that I give to my clients all the time and remind myself and reincorporate them to recommit to these habits that help me beat decision-making fatigue. So I want to share with you today in case you are also experiencing the same thing. So to introduce myself to people who maybe are new to me or haven't met me yet, my name's Melissa. I'm an executive coach and a management consultant, and I work with driven leaders. I help them build high-performing teams, and I help them win their time back. All right, and as leaders, we are constantly making decisions. So when it comes to decision-making fatigue, what it will feel like or sound like in your mind is, I just can't make one more decision. I don't know anymore. I'm too tired. Can't you just figure it out yourself? Right? It feels like a burden. And the thing is we wake up in the morning and we start making these decisions. Micro decisions, right? Do I hit snooze or not? What am I gonna wear? Am I doing this before that? What should I do first? Then we get to our desk, we look at, where do I start? What needs to be done? What do I feel like doing? We make decisions about eating, we make all of these micro decisions all day long. And what studies are showing is that we essentially have like a decision-making bank. So every decision is a transaction, and at what point we run out of transactions to make. And that max happens around noon daily for each of us. Okay, so around noon, approximately, depending on the decisions that we've been making up to that point, and each person has a different capacity, but around noon, we stop being less, or we start being less effective at decision making. So we start to make quick decisions, so rash decisions like first thought, best thought, good enough, without wanting more details. So we're just kind of trying to push things off the plate. We're avoiding decisions. So if we can get out of it, we just avoid it completely. Or third, we don't make a decision, or we say no. So even if a yes would have been ideal, we just say no, because that's what we can handle in the moment. So we run out of transactions in our decision-making bank around noon, where things kind of go downward. So knowing that about decisions, there are things that you can do to improve your decision-making and allow you to make better decisions all throughout the day and not get to that point of fatigue and not being able to make decisions anymore. So I'm going to go through these 5 habits that have helped my clients and helped me and is currently helping me right now. So first is creating habits, daily routines that minimize decision making. So you're doing the same thing every day, so you don't have to make a decision on it. Okay, so that may be a meal plan. So I eat the same thing on every Monday morning, every Tuesday morning, every Wednesday morning, so you don't have to decide. You wake up at a specific time. You always wake up at that same time. You have your clothes laid out beforehand. These are little simple things, routines, that can help minimize your decision making and allow more space for those bigger decisions that you're making throughout your day. So create as many daily routines as you can. Second, plan your day the night before. And I love this, and I don't do it the night before as much as I do it at the end of my workday. So the reason this works is when you sit at your desk in the morning, you already have a laid out plan of your priorities for the day, your commitments, the things that need to happen, so you don't have to go looking and making decisions at that time. You already have a game plan. You're just reviewing it and making sure it still works for you based on where you're at. All right, so you do your plan ahead of time, so either at the end of the previous workday or the evening before, so that when you get to your desk in the morning, you're ready to roll. Okay, third, make important decisions in the morning. You know that by noon, your decision-making abilities are going down. Your brain power is no longer there to make real, big, complex decisions. So try to schedule them to make them in the morning. Flip side, if you're asking someone to make a decision and you want a decision in your favor, ask in the morning. Don't ask in the afternoon. All right, ask in the beginning of the week and in the morning. Third, make a commitment. So if you can't make a decision at that moment, instead of making the decision, just make a commitment to making the decision. Okay? Buy yourself some time. Come back to it. So you make a commitment, you set yourself a timeline. So I can't make that decision right now. Give me some time to think about it. I'll come back to you tomorrow morning with a decision. So you've made a commitment. You're going to do it, and you've set yourself a timeline so they have an expectation of when they can receive it. In the heat of the moment, we often feel like we have to decide. But there is no decision that can't wait 5 minutes, half an hour, 2 hours, half a day, or even a week sometimes. So take a breath and figure out how much time can I take and make a commitment to that. And lastly, once you've made that commitment and you've set the timeline, put it in your schedule. If you leave that sitting on your brain, that, ooh, I have to make this decision, it's going to take up some brain space, some capacity there. So you're best to take it off of your brain, out of your brain, onto a sheet of paper. Hopefully it's your agenda in the correct time slot, a day and time slot of when you're going to be looking at this and making a decision. Right? So you're freeing up that brain space for other things. So set up daily routines to minimize the decision making. Plan your day the night before or at the end of the previous workday. Make important decisions in the morning. Make a commitment instead of making a decision if you can't make a decision, and then go in your agenda and set that at a specific time on a specific day so that you can keep moving and you can just get that off the plate for now so you don't get bogged down with it. So these were 5 little habits that you can incorporate today. You don't need to watch an hour-long training. You just need to start practicing these habits, and you're gonna start feeling that relief and taking things out of your mind, off of your plate, so that you can make better decisions. So I hope this was helpful. If you are interested in learning more about this or how you can work with me, you can always DM me or leave me the word consultation below, and I will be in touch with you. This is the type of actionable strategies that I give my clients so that they can start practicing and sharpening these skills. This is very much a practice, so I'm hoping you're walking away with maybe 1, maybe 2 of these habits that you can start practicing today and sharpening that brain habit. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next live.